stop scrolling right now. What I'm about to show you isn't science fiction anymore. In exactly 12 months, AI is going to change your life in ways you can't even imagine yet. And I'm not talking about better chatbots or smarter phones. I'm talking about technology that sounds so crazy, so impossible, that when I first researched this, I didn't believe it either. But here's the thing, it's all happening right now in secret labs and tech companies around the world. And by the end of 2026, your daily routine will look completely different. I spent 3 weeks digging through research papers, interviewing AI engineers, and connecting dots that most people aren't paying attention to. And what I found genuinely shocked me. We're standing at the edge of the biggest transformation in human history. I'm about to reveal 7 AI innovations coming in 2026 that sound like they're straight out of a movie. But I promise you, every single one is real, and every single one will affect your life directly. Some of them might even put money in your pocket if you know how to use them. And listen, if you want to actually profit from these changes, instead of getting left behind, I've got something special for you. I run a free AI community where people are learning how to make real money with AI, tracking every major breakthrough, and preparing for exactly what I'm going to tell you today. The link is in the description, and you should probably join before this video ends because things are moving faster than anyone expected. All right, let's get into this. And trust me, by number 7, your mind is going to be completely blown. AI that writes better code than humans in seconds. Okay, imagine this scenario. You wake up tomorrow morning with an idea for an app. Maybe it's something simple, like a tool to organize your recipes. Or maybe it's complex, like a platform to connect freelancers with clients. Right now, what would you do? You'd either need to learn coding, which takes months or years, or you'd need to hire a developer, which costs thousands of dollars. And even then, you're looking at weeks or months of development time. Now here's what's happening in 2026. You're going to open your laptop, tell an AI exactly what you want in plain English, and within minutes, maybe even seconds, it's going to write production-ready code. Not buggy code that sort of works. Not prototype code that needs fixing. Actual professional-grade software that you can launch immediately. This isn't some distant dream. Companies like AT&T are already doing this internally right now. They've built systems that take what used to be 6-week development cycles and crush them down to 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Think about what that means. Every business idea you've ever had that seemed too expensive or too complicated to build, suddenly possible. That side project you thought you'd never have time for, you can build it this weekend. The barrier between your imagination and reality is about to completely disappear. And here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just for tech companies. Small business owners, teachers, doctors, artists, anyone with an idea can now build custom software to solve their specific problems. We're talking about the democratization of technology on a scale we've never seen before. But wait, because there's a twist most people aren't talking about. These AI coding systems don't just write code, they understand context. They follow security protocols automatically. They optimize for performance. They debug themselves. They're not replacing developers with worse tools. They're making it so that everyone can think like a developer. One AI engineer I spoke to put it this way. It's like going from a world where only trained chefs could cook food to a world where everyone has a robot chef that can prepare anything you describe perfectly in seconds. That's not an exaggeration. That's what's actually coming. And if you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, here's the proof. Major companies are already reporting that their AI-generated code is matching or exceeding human-written code in quality tests. The age of instant software creation is here. By the way, if you want to learn how people are already making money by creating these AI-powered apps and selling them, that's exactly the kind of thing we cover in my free AI community. We break down real business models, share tools, and help people actually profit from these technologies. Links in the description. But as crazy as instant coding sounds, it's nothing compared to what's happening with the second innovation. Because this one doesn't just change how we build things, it changes how we work entirely. And some people are going to lose their jobs because of it. AI agents that actually do your job for you. All right, forget everything you know about AI assistants. Forget Siri, forget Alexa, forget anything that just answers questions or plays music. What's coming in 2026 is something completely different, something that's going to fundamentally change what work even means. They're called AI agents. And no, I'm not talking about chatbots. I'm talking about autonomous digital workers that can handle entire projects from start to finish without you touching a keyboard. Here's what I mean. Right now, if you want to plan a vacation, you've got to do everything yourself, right? Research destinations, compare flight prices, book hotels, create an itinerary, maybe coordinate with travel partners. It takes hours, sometimes days. With AI agents in 2026, this is what happens. You tell the agent, I want a relaxing beach vacation for under $2,000 sometime in March. Then you go about your day. The agent researches destinations based on your preferences and budget. It monitors flight prices across dozens of airlines. It books your hotel, arranges airport transfers, creates a day-by-day itinerary, adds events to your calendar, and sends you a complete travel package, all while you're sleeping or working or doing literally anything else. But that's the fun example. Let's talk about work. Imagine you're a project manager. You've got a deadline coming up, 10 people on your team, and a million moving pieces. Normally, you'd spend hours every day coordinating, sending emails, checking in on progress, updating spreadsheets, all that administrative nightmare stuff. In 2026, your AI agent does it. It communicates with your team, tracks milestones, identifies bottlenecks before they become problems, reschedules meetings automatically, and keeps everything moving forward. It essentially becomes your invisible assistant that never sleeps, never gets tired, and never forgets anything. Samsung is already testing robots with Google's Gemini AI that can do household tasks, not just vacuuming. We're talking about folding laundry, organizing shelves, even learning the specific way you like things arranged in your home. And companies are going further. There are AI agents in testing right now that can handle customer service conversations, manage inventory, process insurance claims, write marketing copy, analyze legal documents, and monitor financial portfolios, all autonomously, all without human intervention unless something unusual comes up. Now here's where this gets controversial, and I need to be real with you. This is going to eliminate some jobs. There's no way around that. Companies are already planning to reduce headcount in certain departments because these AI agents are just more efficient and way cheaper. But here's what most people are missing. This isn't 2026's problem. This is happening right now, and the people who are going to thrive are the ones who learn how to manage these AI agents, how to deploy them, how to use them to multiply their own productivity instead of being replaced by them. That's why in my AI community, we focus heavily on practical skills. How do you actually prompt these agents effectively? What tasks should you keep, and what should you delegate? How do you position yourself as someone who manages AI instead of competes with it? This is the stuff that's going to determine who wins and who gets left behind. Because here's the truth. In 2 years, the most valuable workers won't be the ones who can do tasks the fastest. They'll be the ones who can orchestrate teams of AI agents to accomplish things that would currently take 20 people. That's the shift that's coming. And it's not some far-off future. The technology exists today. It's just waiting for the infrastructure to catch up. But as powerful as AI agents are, they're still digital. They still live in your computer or phone. But what I'm about to show you next is AI stepping into the physical world. And when I tell you this, you might not believe me. But it's happening faster than anyone predicted. Robots that actually work alongside humans. Look, I know what you're thinking. Robots in factories, robots in warehouses. We've had those for years. That's not new. But what's coming in 2026 is so different. It's almost scary. We're talking about humanoid robots with AI brains that can learn tasks just by watching you do them once, that can work in spaces designed for humans without any modification, and that can actually make decisions on the fly. Picture this: you own a small bakery. Every morning, you've got to prep ingredients, mix dough, monitor ovens, arrange displays, clean up, serve customers. Right now, you'd need to hire people to help, train them for weeks, deal with scheduling, all that complexity. In 2026, you've got a humanoid robot assistant, not a specialized machine that can only do one thing. An actual human-shaped robot that uses the same equipment you do, works alongside you, and learns by observation. You show it once how you want the croissants arranged in the display case. It never forgets. You demonstrate your technique for kneading dough. It replicates it perfectly every time. It watches you interact with customers and learns your customer service style. And unlike human workers, it doesn't get tired, doesn't call in sick, doesn't need breaks, and works 24/7 if you need it to. And before you say this sounds dystopian, hear me out. This isn't about replacing human workers entirely. It's about handling the repetitive, physically demanding tasks that most people don't want to do anyway. Construction sites are going to have robot workers handling the dangerous jobs. Hospitals are going to have robot assistants that can lift patients safely, deliver supplies, and monitor vitals constantly. Warehouses, obviously, but also retail stores, farms, elder care facilities. The range is massive. Honda's already showing off mobility robots at CES. Boston Dynamics has robots that can navigate complex environments, climb stairs, and manipulate objects with surprising dexterity. Tesla's Optimus robot is being designed specifically to do household chores and light manufacturing work. But here's the game-changing part. These robots are connected to AI systems that share knowledge. When one robot learns a task, every robot in the network learns it too. So the learning curve isn't individual anymore. It's collective and exponential. One chef somewhere teaches a robot how to make the perfect omelet. Suddenly, every connected robot knows how to make that omelet. A mechanic shows a robot how to change a specific car part. Every robot gains that skill instantly. We're moving toward a world where physical labor becomes optional for humans, where the most dangerous, repetitive, or exhausting jobs are handled by machines that learn and adapt just like we do. And look, I know this raises big questions about employment, about purpose, about what it means to be human in a world where machines can do most physical tasks. Those are legitimate concerns, but the technology isn't waiting for us to figure out the philosophy. It's coming whether we're ready or not. The people who are going to succeed are the ones who learn how to work with these robots, how to deploy them, how to manage them, and that's a skill you can start developing right now. In my AI community, we're tracking which companies are building these robots, what skills will be needed to operate them, and how regular people can get involved in this industry before it explodes. Now, if physical robots working alongside us sounds wild, wait until you hear about what's happening with our healthcare. Because the next innovation I'm going to tell you about might literally save your life someday. AI doctors that diagnose better than any human. This one is personal for me because I've lost family members to diseases that were caught too late. And what I'm about to tell you could prevent that from happening to countless other families. In 2026, AI is going to become better at diagnosing diseases than human doctors. And I don't mean in some narrow, specific cases. I mean across the board, for almost everything. That probably sounds controversial, maybe even offensive to the medical profession. But here's why it's true and why it's actually a good thing. Right now, when you go to a doctor, they're working with limited information. They see you for maybe 15 minutes. They know what you tell them, what they observe in that moment, and whatever shows up in your tests. They're incredibly skilled, but they're only human. They can't possibly remember every medical journal article ever written, every rare disease presentation, every drug interaction. AI can. Imagine walking into a clinic and before you even sit down, an AI has already analyzed your complete medical history. cross-referenced it with millions of similar cases, identified patterns in your recent behavior and biometrics, and highlighted potential issues your doctor might want to investigate. Or better yet, imagine a future where you never have to wait until you're sick to find out something's wrong. That smart stethoscope that launched this year, it can detect heart disease in seconds just by listening to your heartbeat and analyzing the data with AI. That's not experimental. That's available right now. By 2026, we're going to have AI systems that can analyze medical scans, blood work, genetic data, and lifestyle factors simultaneously to catch diseases years before they would normally be detected. Cancer in its earliest stages, heart conditions before the first symptom, neurological diseases before any damage is done. And this isn't just faster diagnosis, it's better diagnosis. Studies are already showing that AI can spot things in medical images that human eyes miss, not sometimes, consistently, because it can process way more information and recognize patterns that no human could possibly see. But here's what makes this really revolutionary: access. Right now, if you live in a rural area or a developing country, your access to quality healthcare is limited. You might not have specialists nearby. You might not have advanced diagnostic equipment. But with AI, all you need is a connection to the internet. A clinic in a remote village can have access to the same diagnostic power as the best hospital in the world. A patient in their home can get a second opinion from an AI that's analyzed millions of cases. The playing field gets leveled in a way that's never been possible before. And doctors aren't being replaced, they're being supercharged. The AI handles the data analysis, the pattern recognition, the screening. The human doctor handles the relationship with the patient, the final decision-making, the nuanced judgment calls that require empathy and experience. Think about it like this: a doctor with AI support is like a chess player with a powerful computer. The computer can calculate millions of moves, but the player makes the strategy, understands the opponent, and decides when to trust the computer and when to go with intuition. Now, if you're thinking about getting into healthcare or you're already in the field, this is something you need to understand deeply. The doctors who resist AI are going to fall behind. The ones who embrace it and learn to work with it are going to be unstoppable. And this extends beyond traditional medicine. Mental health, nutrition, fitness, preventive care. All of it is about to be transformed by AI that can monitor you continuously, spot warning signs early, and provide personalized interventions. We talk about this a lot in my AI community, especially how people are building healthcare apps powered by AI, consulting for medical practices on AI integration, and even creating AI-powered health coaching businesses. It's one of the biggest opportunities in the AI space, and it's one where you can genuinely help people while making money. But as amazing as AI doctors sound, they're still working with energy from traditional sources, and that's a problem. Because AI is consuming so much power that we're facing a potential crisis, unless this next innovation works. And if it does, it changes everything. Nuclear-powered AI, yes, really. Okay, this is where things get a bit uncomfortable, but we have to talk about it because it's becoming impossible to ignore. AI is eating energy, like ridiculous amounts of energy. Those giant data centers that power ChatGPT, Google's AI, all the machine learning models that are running everywhere, they're consuming electricity on a scale that's actually threatening power grids. The US Department of Energy is predicting that by 2028, data centers are going to consume 12% of America's entire electricity supply. 12% just for AI. And that's not sustainable. Not with current infrastructure, not with traditional power sources. We simply cannot scale AI the way we need to without completely revolutionizing how we generate energy. So here's what's happening, and I'm not making this up. Companies are turning to nuclear power. Rolls-Royce is building small modular nuclear reactors specifically designed to power data centers. These aren't the massive nuclear plants you're imagining with cooling towers and huge facilities. These are compact, safe, modern nuclear systems that can be placed relatively close to where the energy is needed. And before you freak out about nuclear power, understand that this technology has come incredibly far. Modern reactors are exponentially safer than old designs, produce minimal waste, and can provide consistent power output without the environmental impact of fossil fuels. But that's not even the wildest part. AI itself is being used to make these systems even more efficient. AI is designing better reactor configurations, optimizing cooling systems, predicting maintenance needs before failures occur, and managing energy distribution in real time. So we're in this weird loop where AI needs more energy. So we're building new energy systems powered by nuclear, and those systems are being optimized by AI to be more efficient, which allows us to build even more powerful AI. It's a feedback loop that's accelerating everything. And look, I know nuclear power is controversial. I get it. But the reality is, if we want AI to continue advancing, if we want to avoid AI consuming so much traditional electricity that it causes shortages elsewhere, we need a massive, clean, reliable energy source. And right now, modern nuclear is the only technology that fits that bill. By 2026, we're going to start seeing these AI-optimized nuclear systems coming online. Not everywhere, but in strategic locations where major AI computing happens. And that's going to enable the next generation of AI models that are even more powerful than what we have now. Because here's the thing, we're not close to the limits of what AI can do. Not even remotely close. The only real bottleneck right now is energy and compute power. If we solve the energy problem, AI capabilities are going to skyrocket. And that means more opportunities, more applications, more ways that AI transforms every industry and every aspect of life. The energy crisis could have been a ceiling that stopped progress. Instead, it's forcing innovation that's going to break through that ceiling entirely. Now, all of these innovations are impressive, but there's something happening with AI that's so subtle, most people won't even notice it. And yet, it might be the most important change of all. Because it's about how AI disappears into the background of our lives. Invisible AI everywhere. All right, think about electricity for a second. When's the last time you were amazed that when you flipped a light switch, the lights came on? Never, right? Because it's just normal. It's invisible. You don't think about it. That's exactly what's happening with AI in 2026. It's becoming invisible. And I don't mean invisible like you can't see it. I mean invisible like you stop noticing it because it's just how things work now. Your kids, if you have them, or kids being born today, they're going to grow up in a world where having natural conversations with devices is completely normal, where AI anticipates their needs before they ask, where personalized everything is just the default. They won't think it's special that their smart home knows when to adjust the temperature, or that their learning app adapts to exactly how they process information, or that when they start a sentence, AI can intelligently complete it. That's just going to be reality. Just like you don't marvel at having a computer in your pocket that's more powerful than the systems that sent humans to the moon. It's just your phone. Normal. AI is reaching that same point. And 2026 is when that transition really accelerates. Right now, we're still in the wow, look at what AI can do phase. We pointed out, we're impressed, we're sometimes freaked out. But soon, probably by mid-2026, we'll be in the of course it does that phase. Your coffee maker will know when you wake up and start brewing, not because you programmed it, but because the AI learned your patterns. Your car will know your usual routes and proactively avoid traffic. Your email will write itself based on your communication style and the context of the conversation. And you won't even think about it. It'll just be how things work. This might not sound as flashy as robots or AI doctors, but it's actually the most profound shift. Because when technology becomes invisible, it means it's truly integrated into life. It's not something you use, it's just part of how you live. Think about kids today who don't remember a time before smartphones or streaming services or video calls. To them, that technology is invisible. It's just the world. Kids growing up now won't remember a time before AI assistance was everywhere. They won't think it's weird to have conversations with AI. They won't be impressed by personalization. They'll expect it. And that has huge implications for how we design education, how we structure work, how we think about human capability and potential. Because when AI handles all the routine cognitive work, what's left for humans? The creative stuff, the emotional stuff, the judgment calls, the big picture thinking, the things that require consciousness and genuine understanding, not just pattern matching. We're being pushed toward becoming more human, ironically, because AI is taking over the mechanical parts of thinking. And businesses need to understand this. If your product or service doesn't seamlessly integrate AI by 2026, it's going to feel outdated, like a website that's not mobile-friendly or a business that doesn't accept credit cards. It'll just be expected. Now, all of this leads to the final innovation. And this one is different because it's not about a specific technology. It's about what happens when all of these innovations collide. And honestly, it's the scariest and most exciting thing on this list: the synthetic content crisis and the fight for reality. All right, we need to talk about something that's going to define 2026 in a way that might not be obvious yet. There's a prediction making the rounds in tech circles that by 2026, 90% of online content will be AI generated. 90%. Stop and think about that for a second. That means when you're scrolling through social media, reading articles, watching videos, looking at images, 9 out of 10 pieces of content you see weren't created by humans. They were generated by AI. And we're already seeing this start. AI-written articles flooding news sites, AI-generated art-winning competitions, AI-composed music on streaming platforms, deep-fake videos that are basically impossible to detect, entire social media accounts run by AI with no human involvement. Some of this is harmless. Some of it is actually useful. But a lot of it is what people are starting to call AI slop. Generic, low-value content that's created just to fill space, game algorithms, or manipulate people. And here's the problem. When 90% of what you see is synthetic, how do you know what's real? How do you know which information to trust? How do you know if you're talking to a human or an AI? This is going to create what I'm calling the authenticity crisis of 2026. Because right now, we still kind of assume that what we see is real unless we have a reason to think otherwise. But in 2026, we're going to have to flip that assumption. We'll have to assume everything is AI generated unless we have proof it's not. And that changes everything about how we consume media, how we trust information, how we interact online. We've already seen AI-generated content used to spread political misinformation, create fake news, impersonate people, and manipulate markets. And the tools to create this stuff are getting more powerful and easier to use every single day. By 2026, anyone with a laptop is going to be able to generate photorealistic videos of anyone saying anything, create convincing fake articles that appear to be from legitimate news sources, fabricate entire social media histories for fictional people. The potential for abuse is staggering, and we're not remotely prepared for it as a society. But here's the other side, the side that gives me some hope. As synthetic content explodes, so does the value of authentic human content, the value of genuine human creativity, real human experiences, actual human voices. Think about it like this. When everything is mass-produced, handmade becomes precious. When everything is digital, physical becomes special. When everything is synthetic, authentic becomes rare and valuable. The creators, the writers, the artists who can prove they're human and genuine, they're going to stand out like beacons. Their work will carry a premium specifically because it's real. And that's where I see the opportunity. While everyone else is racing to use AI to flood the internet with more content, the smart play is to use AI as a tool while keeping the authenticity that only humans can provide. Use AI to handle the technical stuff, the editing, the optimization, the distribution, but keep the core, the message, the emotion, the experience genuinely human. That combination? That's going to be unstoppable in 2026. And businesses need to figure this out fast. Your audience is going to develop really sensitive filters for AI slop. They're going to crave authenticity, transparency, and genuine human connection. The brands that lean into that are going to win. The ones that try to fake it with pure AI content are going to get filtered out, blocked, ignored. We're entering a weird paradox where AI makes it easier than ever to create content, but harder than ever to create content that matters. And on a personal level, this means you need to develop your unique voice, your unique perspective, your unique experience, because that's the one thing AI can't replicate. Not really. AI can mimic style. It can match patterns, but it can't have lived your life, felt your emotions, learned your lessons. That's your competitive advantage in a world drowning in synthetic content. This is something we explore deeply in my AI community. How do you use AI tools without losing your authenticity? How do you stand out when everyone has access to the same powerful AI? How do you build a personal brand or business that's both AI enhanced and genuinely human? Because that's the balance that's going to define success in 2026 and beyond. Look, I know that was a lot. 7 massive innovations, all hitting at the same time, all transforming different aspects of life. AI that writes code in seconds, autonomous agents that do entire jobs, robots working alongside humans, AI doctors that save lives, nuclear-powered data centers, invisible AI in everything, and a content landscape where reality itself becomes hard to identify. It's overwhelming. I get it. Sometimes even researching this stuff keeps me up at night thinking about the implications. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't some distant future. This is next year. This is 12 months away. And the people who are going to thrive aren't the ones who ignore it or resist it. They're the ones who learn about it, prepare for it, and figure out how to use these tools before everyone else catches on. And that's exactly why I built my AI community. It's completely free, and it exists for one reason: to help regular people like you and me understand these changes and actually profit from them instead of being disrupted by them. We track every major AI development as it happens. We break down complex concepts into simple language. We share practical strategies for making money with AI, whether that's building apps with AI coding tools, offering AI consulting, creating content with AI assistance, or any of dozens of other opportunities that are opening up. Because here's the truth, the AI revolution isn't just for tech companies and billionaires. The tools are democratizing, the barriers are coming down, and regular people who take the time to learn this stuff are positioning themselves for opportunities that didn't exist 6 months ago. So if you watched this video and thought, okay, this is real and I need to prepare, then click the link in the description and join the community. No cost, no catch, just people learning together and sharing what's working. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button. It helps more people discover this information. And subscribe, because I'm going to keep tracking these innovations as they develop throughout 2026. The future is coming faster than most people realize, but you're not most people. You watched this whole video, you're paying attention, you're getting ready, and that puts you way ahead of the curve. I'll see you in the next one. And seriously, join that community. You won't regret it.